Good morning to everyone, or whatever time zone we are in. Actually, middle income countries and low income countries should recognize that the days when you can depend on foreign aid are all gone. Uh, you can also depend on loans, but it's eventually it will catch up on you, because if you depend on loan, then eventually you will set aside a major portion of your budget for interest payment, and it will cut off your spending that you need to do for education, for health, and all those things. So at the end of the day, the real viable way to finance education, health, is really through domestic revenue mobilization. This is by having a tax system that is simple, that is fair. That I always say that a dollar earned by somebody should be taxed the same way as a dollar earned by another person. Especially, the tax system should be fair in the sense that um, the way you tax the rich should be the same way as you tax an ordinary person. But unfortunately, if you study all the tax laws of various countries, I don't think you'll find a country where they give a break to the ordinary person. They give more breaks to corporation. They exempt a lot of income from the rich, from corporation. Normally, these are rich entity. No? So, for you to have a good revenue mobilization, increasing your tax over GDP is, first you have to have a simple tax system, a tax system that is transparent. And I think the other important thing is you have to have a good tax administration. No, even if you have the perfect tax law, if you don't have a good tax administrator, then you will not be able to succeed in collecting the necessary revenue you need. The other thing is, sometimes for the people in finance and in the tax revenue, normally they don't like earmarking. But if you want to reform a tax system, sometimes the carrot to your legislator is to say you are imposing a tax because you want to use it for a public good. And so either because nobody likes to impose taxes. You have to have to make it palatable to them, and by saying that whatever I collect from this, we will be using it for the public good. But of course, there will come a time when you will have to let go because you already have enough resources. The other thing probably that people should be aware of, countries should be aware of, is that when you attract foreign investment, what you really want is to generate economic activity that will generate taxes. So ironically, most countries compete against each other by providing exemptions or incentives. Also, when you provide incentive, you do not generate enough revenue to support higher value generation of income, because you don't have enough money to educate your people. So you have to rethink this idea about competing via taxation. I think you should compete via your human resources, by making sure that your human resources are well educated. And I think the other thing that we need to do is we should use the resources wisely and efficiently. And we should probably use the platform of public-private partnership in education. How do we use public-private partnership in education? We use that by asking the private sector to probably come up with a online platform, or a curriculum that you can use across the whole country. So you use your resources properly, rather than having 10 schools building 10 online classes. You can have one online class to be shared by all 10 schools, right? So those are some of the things that we need to rethink. And the other thing is probably when you education should talk to the Minister of Finance, Minister of Budget, to be able to have a program that you will invest on a multi-year basis. Because you normally see that you spend 1 year, then next year you're going to beg for another source of funding. Whereas if you agree that this is for 10 years, and I will provide all the funding for 10 years, then you are build on your successes. So I think those are the things that a country need to do. They have to collect and spend their money wisely. So I'm over my time already. Thank you.